Want to be motivated? Want to take consistent action every single day in a way that makes other people jealous? Well, what if you think you're lazy and you just can't get anything done? I mean, you start with good intentions, but then, hey, nothing happens. You get distracted, something else seems more appealing, and then, boom, your motivation's gone and you're not getting anything done. Well, a lot of it is because you're doing motivation backwards. Here's the secret that most people don't know about how motivation works. And how can you get something to work if you don't even know how it works? Correct answer, you can't. So we're going to solve that for you. See, people are sequencing things wrong. People think you get inspired and then you have all this motivation, then you charge out and you do something. And boy, if I could just get myself ramped up enough, I would do that thing. No. You're doing it backwards. You do the thing and then you see the result, and that gives you motivation to do more and more and more of that thing. Let me give you a great example. I don't really like going to the gym, but I go twice a week. It seems like it's hard, it's sweaty, it's going to take, hours of effort, and it's a lot of strain and a lot of pain, no pain, no gain. And I got to drive across town, and it's cost and it's expense. And there's so many other things I could picture myself doing that I would enjoy more than going to the gym. And based on the pain pleasure model, we move away from pain and we move towards pleasure. So why would you ever go to the gym? See, what I used to do is I used to say, hey, do you want to go there and get hot and sweaty and drive across town and all this type of stuff? That was two errors in one. One, I was asking a horrible question. Do you want to be hot and sweaty and go through all this torture and spend all this money? That's not the right way to ask a question. The correct way to ask a question is to say, hey, would you like to go get fit, be healthy, and be a hero when you're done and feel absolutely amazing? Answer to that is yes. Then I don't ask myself if I really want to go to the gym and make a decision now before I go to the gym if I should go to the gym. What I do is I go to the gym, and when I'm completely done and I'm getting in my car and I'm driving home, I say, Paul, were you right to go to the gym? And I say, yes, that was the correct answer. I feel fabulous. I'm good for another 3 or 4 days. I'm going to have health. I'm going to have longevity. I'm going to have muscles. Chicks are going to dig me. I'm going to have health and fitness in my life, and I feel fantastic afterwards. Beautiful. That's the way to do it. So don't ask yourself, do you want to go to the gym and then decide if you're going to go to the gym, because you may decide not to. Go to the gym and then decide after, was that the right decision? Do that in everything. If you're loving this content, if you're getting benefit, go ahead and like and subscribe. I want to make sure you get all my new and fresh content, and feel good about sharing this with a friend. This content could help them too. They would see it, they would learn, their lives will get better, and they'd blame it on you. You'd be a rock star. Don't ask yourself, hey, like when I was in college, what I did is I said, hey, do you want to sit down and write your term paper? You know what the answer was? No, every single time. Rather sit and have a wine cooler and watch, MTV. But if I said, hey, you need to do your paper, and you be a hero, Paul, you be a rock star. If you got even just one page done, you might want to do 2, but let's just do 1 and let's get started. And I said, okay, let's do that because I got to do it sometimes. Might as well do it now. And then when you get that done, then you can feel good about sitting down, having a wine cooler and watching MTV. So that's what I did. And then when I got 1 page done, I said, hey, you're a rock star. You're a hero. You already won. But would you like to be like double awesome? Do a 2nd page or even half a page? That would be extra. And then when I got done with that, I said, do you want to do a little more? Do you want to do a little more? Do you want to do a little more? I'll tell you, before I knew it, I had like 5 or 6 pages done. But I usually had at least 2. And the original promise was I was only going to do 1 and I could be done with that in like half an hour. So it wasn't a huge amount of effort. So starting out with a small request and then letting it get bigger, like with the paper example, is a great motivator. Asking the right question when you're going to do something, and then deciding if you should have done that thing after you've done it and not decide if you should be doing it before. So get the sequence right. You take action and then you get motivated. Don't expect to get motivated about everything and then take action, because rarely does motivation just well up inside you every day and just force you into massive action and joy and ecstasy. But if you take massive action, say like in the 3 main areas of your life, your health, your finances, and your psychology, all of a sudden your health is shooting up, stacking up. You're looking good, feeling good, and smelling good. Your psychology, you're feeling joy and peace and bliss and serenity in life instead of stress and anxiety and depression. And then you're watching your bank account go up, and you're watching your career soar, and you're getting the job you always wanted. Then you look back over those three things and you say, hey, those three actions I took in the direction of those three things, was that the right thing to do? You know what the answer is going to be virtually every single time? Yes, yes, and yes. And then you say, so should you do it again? The answer is yes, yes, and yes. But remember, the answer is also, you're going to do the work first and then you get the reward. It's not, the motivation. I'm not going to get motivated and then do the work. I'm going to do the work and then that's going to motivate me. Like I just went out to dinner with my wife and we're, buying drinks and appetizers and having a nice meal and stuff. And I'm thinking, how can I afford to do this? Then I looked through my investments and I said, oh, I made $12,000 today in the stock market. I think we can order dessert. So when I didn't want to put money away and I wanted to spend it, I said, hey, would you like to spend your money or would you like to put it in this little account where it just sits there? Well, it always sounded like more fun to spend it. And that's why most people don't have money. But then I said, Paul, would you like to see your money making you money and see the graph go up like this? And then pretty soon you're making hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every day, and you're doing absolutely no work for it. Would you be motivated? Would you be excited about that? Oh, yeah. Somebody making money for me that isn't me, busting my butt. Oh, that was the dream. So if I could just put 10 or 20% of my money away, which sometimes meant working 10 or 20% longer or just cutting back a little bit. That's not a huge sacrifice to have the life to be in the top 5 or 10% of people and never have to worry about finances again. That was a very simple thing. And I loved watching that account go up. Great pride, great joy. Sometimes I look at my money 3-4 times a day. Fantastic. So motivation comes second. Do the work, then see the reward. Think of it this way. When you go to your job, do they pay you at the beginning of the week before you do the work, or do they reward you at the end of the week after you do the work? That's how all of life works. So don't look for motivation to surge you into action. Do the work whether you're motivated or not, and then you'll be motivated because you'll get a reward for that work. Hey, I'm excited about my new Life Transformation Academy. For a very small monthly fee, you can get all my best trainings in all three areas of life. So you'll be healthy, wealthy, and wise. So you're going to learn how to make money and save money and invest money and watch your money grow and get multiple streams of income. That's area number 1. Number 2, health and fitness. So you're going to get fitter, healthier, prevent diseases, and even age backwards. How cool would that be? And then from the neck up, the wise, you're going to learn joy, peace, serenity, and all kinds of psychology skills. So motivation, persuasion, selling, relationships, parenting, everything you can ever think of, and a bunch of things that you can't, that'll make your life great. Go ahead and click the link in the description below. You'll get all my best trainings just laid out there. It'll literally transform your life in just a few hours. And then it'll loop and loop and loop. And when you get up in the morning, you say, hey, should I go do this work again? You say, remember what happened yesterday when you got that nice reward? Yeah, I want that again, only bigger every single day. That's motivating. That's how you do motivation.